Good morning, Higher Hope. This is Friday, April 24th, and we're just connecting, just checking in with you and trying to give you something every morning to help you grow and help you take your next steps in this time of quarantine and isolation. And this week we've been focusing on relationships and marriage and family, and so raising kids. And so this morning I asked Lydia to join me and kind of talk about the whole raising kids and building the family in the midst of this time. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about was forming moments. Like there are certain things that help form us and also form our kids, and to use and create forming moments is a very powerful thing in their life. And so one of the forming moments, we'll have more going forward. One of the forming moments was our journey through foster care. So I'm going to ask Lydia to tell a little bit about our journey through foster care, and then how it has helped form her spiritually in other ways.
Yeah, so we started foster care when I think was in second or first grade, and we got our first baby, and when he was a newborn and he came home from the hospital, and as soon as like we held him, we knew he was like a part of our he was just a part of our family. He was like my brother, and that's just what we called him. So for a year and a half he lived with us, and he was so good, and we had a lot of fun with him. And then one day we got a call that he was going back to his parents, and that was really hard for us because we'll never see him again. So it was just like we lost our brother. So through that, it was hard to trust that God knew what was going to happen to our family, and that um, He had a plan in it all, and that we could just trust Him. So yeah.
And then we also had Jay. You want to tell a little bit about her story?
Yeah. So Jay, we about like 6 months later we got Jayla, and we also got her as a newborn baby, and um, she can be a challenge sometimes, but again, as soon as she came into the family, she was just one of us, and we loved her the same. And about three years, we finally got to adopt her, and that was really happy moment for us, and just like knowing that God did have a plan through that, and that um, through like losing Hudson, he knew we were supposed to have Jayla, even though it's not how we thought it would look like.
So how did the foster care adoption journey kind of form your faith and your passion and compassion? How has it changed you?
I guess it just helped me like realize more that I can trust God because He knows what's gonna happen next, even when I can't see it. So I guess that's the biggest thing, just trusting that He knows, basically.
And would you do foster care adoption when you're a parent, an adult,
Yeah, I want to do that for sure.
even through all the difficult experiences in the midst of our journey?
Yeah, cause like um, you're helping a kid that is coming from a bad home, so you're just giving a better home is good enough, I guess.
So do you think it enlarged your view of your world in some ways? Of your love for people grew because of our foster care adoption stories.
Yeah, definitely. It just makes you see it from a different perspective, that not everybody has a good home, and sometimes there's a better place for them, and like a more loving family that they can have.
And you also learned how struggle is part of life, and how we walk through struggle, and it still can be sweet and good at the end.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to share about that? How that's formed you?
Mm, I don't think so.
All right. So, what forming experiences are you allowing? Both some of them are really good, and some of them are a little bit of mix of good and difficult. But to invite them into our life allows our kids to grow in many different ways. And so, for us, one of those ways was foster care and adoption. And I think all three of our older kids would do foster care and adoption later on and have a heart for it. even in the midst of the difficult things. And so it does form, and it helps spiritually and emotionally. And there are some other ones that we'll be talking about. I'm hoping to have Eli share about mission trips and how they form, and Aiden with camps and other things. And so I hope that you create moments and opportunities for your kids to be formed by some of the things that you bring into your house that are good and they need to experience. So take some time, pray through that, and even look back and see how what you've already done has formed them.